Hey, Lake Travis Mobile Glass here. We're working on a Lincoln MKC, of course, here in Lakeway. My first time with the MKC. Pretty cool. Kind of crossover SUV. And we're going to do windshield repair today. If I can show you, might be able to get it to focus just right here. Right in the line of sight. We're going to give it a try. Customer realizes that it's still going to be visible when we're done, hopefully greatly diminished and good enough that she can deal with it. It won't bother her when she's driving. But we do offer a credit towards a new replacement, so she might be using that if it still is visible enough that it annoys her, because it is directly in the line of sight. So we're going to give this a try. I'll show you all the steps right now. I'm going to set up a mirror on the inside surface of the windshield, and then we're going to see if we can avoid drilling just because it's in the line of sight, but we'll show you each step of the process. We'll be right back. All right, we got set up. What I did was just cleaned off the surface of the glass with some glass cleaner and didn't spray directly into the crack. We don't want any moisture to get in there. And what I'm going to show you here, if I can get it to focus just right. Give it a second. See my hand? There we go. Got a little pick. Basically, this is a dental pick, but works the same. And I'm going to clean out right where the rock, impacted the surface of the glass. That crushed glass right there in the center. I'm going to clean that out. Try to make a pathway for the resin to flow into the cracked area, so completely be able to freely flow into that area. That resin is going to displace the air and make it much less visible. So let me work on this, and we'll get back to showing you the next step when we put the bridge assembly on. All right, now we have our bridge assembly set up right over the top of the impact point, and we're going to put a little bit of the liquid resin. Just a little bit in there, and then we'll use this plunger here and we'll screw that down and force that liquid resin or liquid glass into the cracked area. We'll be back in a moment. All right, now the resin is under pressure. You can see as the resin flows into the damaged area, the little lines start to disappear. Now, I say that when in reality I mean reduce the appearance. The crack is obviously still there, but displacing that air does make it a lot less visible. I was trying to see if we can capture the moment where the resin actually flows into the crack. We're going to leave it like this. It's been maybe 45 seconds or so right now. We're going to leave it like this for a good 5 minutes and give it time to flow all the way in. And then we'll apply UV light. The resin hardens with the UV light, so we want it to stay liquid as long as possible. And then we'll use the UV light to cause it to harden. And we'll show you that step next. All right, it's been quite a few minutes. I can say that it is 100% filled in every crack as far as I can see with the bridge assembly still on. So at this point we would consider that a perfect repair. You can see at certain angles the light will of course still reflect. Like I said, the glass is still broken, but looking at it straight on, hopefully this is going to be good enough that she won't be able to tell when she's driving. Alright, so I'm going to remove the bridge assembly as soon as I apply the UV light, so we'll give it about 5 minutes with the UV light. Basically it looks like a black light from a nightclub. We're going to set that on the surface of the windshield and give it about 5 minutes, and then we'll remove the bridge and I'll show you the next step. Alright, now we've removed the bridge assembly and I cleaned up the area. You can still see where the damage was. I have a mylar square over the top of what we call pit resin, which is a harder, thicker resin that we put right on the surface, right where the rock impact the windshield to begin with, and we'll smooth that out as soon as it's hardened. The UV light again is on there, and that will keep the surface of the windshield nice and even, so the spot where it impacted and there's glass, missing, you won't get the streaks when it rains and you're using your windshield wipers. You'll get some little streaking. So we're going to keep it nice and smooth and even with that pit filler, and then we'll use what we call pit resin, or excuse me, a pit polish. And I'll polish up that area, because where that resin is going to be left behind, it's going to leave a little cloudy white area. It's not as clear as the windshield, so we'll try to polish that up with the pit polish and keep it nice and clear. All right, now we've cleaned up the pit resin and we got the polish. Basically it's like wax, so I have that on there, little white spot, and as soon as that has a little time to dry, I'll massage it in, rub it in, and it will be buffed out and look nice and clear. Okay, we're all done. Let's see how it turned out. It's still there. You can see it. So still somewhat visible right in the center where the rock hit, but it is definitely harder to make out. So and there it is from the outside. Again, generally, if it's in your line of sight, you might want to choose replacement. If you're okay with having that little mark there, no problem. Anywhere else besides that 2 foot by 2 foot acute area, right where you mostly look out the windshield, if it's not there, it's outside that, sure, repair's going to save you a lot of money. Just give us a call if you guys need help. Lake Travis Mobile Glass, 512-240-9121. Thanks for watching.